Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's October 26, 2022 and a new name has emerged as a possible replacement for Sergio Busquets. Also, the club have confirmed that the next player that will extend his contract with the club will be Alejandro Balde, and it's now looking more and more likely that Barcelona will miss out on the signing of the Brazilian sensation Endrick. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and today is the day where Barcelona are gonna face off against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Now Inter Milan are currently playing against Viktoria Pilsen, and if Inter Milan win that match, then Barcelona will be automatically eliminated out of the Champions League. Now if Inter Milan draw or lose against Viktoria Pilsen, then Barcelona will still have a chance at qualifying to the round of 16. Now in the past 3 seasons, Inter Milan have fumbled in the last few fixtures of the group stages, so if you believe that history repeats itself, then hopefully Inter Milan will draw or lose against the Czech side, giving Barcelona a chance to qualify to the round of 16. Now as I reported in yesterday's video, Xavi announced in the press conference that the team are gonna meet in the locker room to watch the match between Inter Milan and Viktoria Pilsen, and no matter what happens in that match, the team's only objective will be to win against Bayern Munich, to show the world that we can compete against big teams and in the Champions League as well. Now on the other hand, Bayern Munich have also announced that their only objective today will be to defeat Barcelona regardless of what happens in the match between Inter Milan and Viktoria Pilsen, because Bayern Munich always look to win as many matches as possible and to collect as many points as possible in the group stages of the Champions League. Now it's reported that Xavi could repeat the same winning formula that he used against Athletic Club over the weekend, where he could line up with 4 midfielders including Frenkie de Jong and Sergio Busquets as a double pivot. Now if you want to support Barcelona in their match against Bayern Munich, make sure you hit the Kitback where they have the biggest selection of Barcelona jerseys and Barcelona gear. So make sure you hit the link down below in the description so you can support Barcelona this season. Now on to the news that Barcelona will reportedly look to make all of their signings in the winter transfer market. Now Barcelona are hoping to have a complete squad by the end of the winter transfer market so they can dedicate the summer to their exits, as they're gonna look to reduce their wage bill to 400 million euros. Now Barcelona had a wage bill of 600 million euros this past summer, and with the several exits that Barcelona had, they were able to reduce it down to 500 million euros. However, they missed their goal of reducing their wage bill to 400 million euros. Now as I reported previously, La Liga's president Javier Tebas has warned that if Barcelona does not reduce their wage bill to 400 million euros or less this summer, then they are going to be placed under strict economic restrictions, which would be the 1-to-4 ratio rule. Now the 1-to-4 ratio rule states that for every euro that Barcelona earns from the exit of a player, they would only be able to use 25 cents of that euro to sign new players. Now this would hinder Barcelona's abilities to sign new players, as it did in the past where Barcelona were placed under a strict 1-to-3 ratio rule. Now Barcelona are gonna look to avoid being placed under this 1-to-4 rule, so they are gonna be focusing the entire summer transfer market to their exits as they try to lighten that wage bill and to bring it down to 400 million euros. So they're hoping to make all their signings in the winter transfer market. Now one of the main objectives of Barcelona is going to be to sign a new player for the right back position. However, it's reported that if Barcelona cannot find the adequate signing, they are going to look to renew Hector Bellerin's contract, which will expire with Barcelona in the summer of 2023. Now another objective of the club is going to be to sign a replacement for Sergio Busquets, whose contract will expire with Barcelona at the end of the season in the summer of 2023. And as I reported in yesterday's video, one of the names that's been heavily linked with Barcelona is Wolverhampton's midfielder Ruben Neves. Now it's reported that the talks with Neves are very advanced, and the team were gonna look to bring the player on loan for 6 months with an obligation to buy. Now, despite these talks being very advanced, it's reported that Barcelona are still keeping tabs on several other players, including Youri Tielemans, who's the 25-year-old midfielder at Leicester City. And now a new name has emerged as a possible option for Barcelona, and that name is the Mexican Edson Alvarez. Now Alvarez is a 24-year-old midfielder who currently plays for Ajax, and he's been doing phenomenally with the Dutch team, so much so that Ajax received an offer for 50 million euros from Chelsea over the summer. However, Ajax were reluctant to sell the player because they considered that the offer had arrived too late in the summer transfer market and it was too late to try to find a replacement. Now, not only will Barcelona look to sign new players in the winter transfer market, they're also going to look to extend the contracts of some of their players, and one of those players is Alejandro Balde. Now, Balde's contract will expire in the summer of 2024, and Barcelona are looking to extend his contract as they consider him the future left back of the team. Now, Alejandro Balde's agent, Jorge Mendes, has already traveled to Barcelona and discussed the contract renewal of the player with the club, and it's reported that the player is willing to extend his contract until 2027. Now, another player that Barcelona are looking to extend their contract is Marcos Alonso by 2 more years, as they consider him a versatile defender, as he can play as a left back, as a wing back, and even as a center back. Now, on to the news that it's looking more and more likely that Barcelona will miss out on the signing of the Brazilian sensation, Endrick. Now, as I reported in yesterday's video, Endrick is a 16-year-old striker who currently plays for the Brazilian club Palmeiras, and he is one of the most coveted players in the world, as he's considered a future star of the footballing world. Now, all the major clubs are currently fighting for Endrick, and it's reported that Barcelona had met with the player and his family to try to convince him to come to Barcelona, and it's also reported that PSG have made Palmeiras a 35 million euro offer for the young Brazilian. Now, as a result, Palmeiras' new asking price for Endrick is now 35 million euros, which Barcelona cannot afford. Now, it's reported that Barcelona were hoping that the negotiations with Palmeiras over Endrick would extend until next year, since the player cannot make a move to Europe until he turns 18 in 2024. However, it seems that Palmeiras want to close the transfer of Endrick as soon as this winter transfer market, which is not enough time for Barcelona to come up with the asking price. Now, on to the news that Eric Garcia made some very interesting statements in yesterday's press conference ahead of today's match, where he spoke about all the disrespect that he seems to get from the press and from the fans as well. Now, Eric Garcia said, "I am 21. I have room to improve. The criticism which is lacking respect does not concern me. I accept constructive criticism. I know when I play well and when I don't. I have people around me that tell me. As for the rest, people can say what they want, but it does not affect me." Now, I thought that these statements by Eric Garcia are very interesting, because I have noticed that too, that every time the team does not perform well or they lose, that Eric Garcia is one of the players who's always being singled out, and he always seems to get a lot of disrespect from the fans and from the press that are always calling for Barcelona to get rid of him. Now, I honestly do not understand what this obsession of the fans is with Eric Garcia, because Eric Garcia is one of the best center backs that we have, and as he pointed out, he is 21 years old, so yes, he does make mistakes. However, he does have plenty of room to grow and to improve. So I don't understand why we constantly looking to crucify Eric Garcia when we should be supporting and encouraging our young players, as they are the future of the team. Now, we will end today's video with the news that the Kun Agüero has revealed that Lionel Messi had kept a Barcelona shirt with him in a hotel, hoping to pose for his renewal photo. Now, at the time of the negotiations between Lionel Messi and the club, he had left to go to join the Argentina national team in the Copa America, and Kun Agüero has revealed that Lionel Messi had brought his Barcelona shirt with him to the hotel, hoping to pose for that photo renewal. Now, the Kun Agüero said, "We were at Copa America and he had that Barcelona shirt in the hotel room. Every 3 or 4 days he would tell me, 'Well, it looks like I have renewed. You'll have to take a picture of me with the Barca shirt.' And I would tell him, 'Okay, let's go.' He would tell me, 'We'll do it in the afternoon.' Then he would tell me, 'No, not yet.' Then 2 days later he would say, 'Now for sure, the photo, and get the Barcelona shirt.'" Now, these are sad statements by the Kun Agüero, who has revealed that Lionel Messi's excitement to renew his contract with his boyhood club, but unfortunately that didn't happen because of the terrible financial situation that the previous president, Josep Maria Bartomeu, left us with. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Barça.